Okay, so welcome back to some more Monster Energy Supercross, the official video game, and today we are going to do another episode of Does My Track Suck? You guys seem to enjoy that last one, at least some of you did, so I figured we'd do a second episode, see how it does. It's a series, or could be a series that is totally based on you guys, so if you want to see this continue and want to see more of these, make sure to leave a like and let me know in the comments what you think of it. And if you want to see it continue, don't want to see any more, whatever. It's what we put on the channel is largely based on what you guys want to see. And also, if you do want to see it continue, don't forget to leave your rating of what you think this track looks like. Do you think it's a 0-star or a 5-star? 0 stars is perfect. It's as good as it could possibly be. 5 stars is bad. It's the worst it can possibly be. I think there was a few people that were a little bit confused on that last episode, but for the most part, you guys seem to kind of know what's going on because it's the same system we use for Does Your Track Suck? So yeah, don't forget to leave your rating and as well let me know what you think of this and if you want it to continue. So let's jump into this with the track we created for you today. Okay, so just like with the last episode, we are going to kind of show a sped up version of the process that we kind of went through. Now, this track was a little bit different because I actually had a floor plan. Like I had an idea in my head that I was thinking, okay, if they kind of want to see a second Does My Track Suck? I already have kind of the idea that I want to do. Now, it was the bringing it to life that was a lot more difficult, and I will say right away that where I put the start is not really where I wanted it when I was done. I kind of wish I would have pushed the start straight inwards a little bit so that I could have brought the track around on the right side of it, like the bottom side, and then had you carry speed down the start straight again instead of, well, I guess you'll kind of see instead of explaining it, instead of where it comes back and connects to the start straight. I wish I would have done that, had the start straight connect on the right side, so instead of the left, so you could have carried a lot more speed into this first section here we're building. It would have worked better, but I bet I worked on this track for, I want to say, a good hour and a half. I don't think it was quite 2 hours, but it was a good hour and a half, and that was with having an idea. So instead of just going with random, what are we going to do, I had an idea. Now, one thing that did make this track a little bit harder was the idea that I had behind this was I wanted it to have a bunch of circles. Now, obviously, I couldn't make them perfect circles, or maybe you could if you took the time, but I just was kind of running impatient towards the end and kind of rushed it. And to be honest with you, we almost didn't get the track to work because where I put the finish line, I put it in a really crowded area, and we almost didn't have enough room really to bring the track back around to connect. So it almost didn't happen. And at that point, I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm not going to rebuild this track. We're done. You know what? This video is not happening. But luckily, we were able to finagle the track a little bit and kind of squeeze some stuff together and make it happen. Now, is it exactly the way I wanted it? No. Do I think it's kind of a fun track? Yes. That last track we did, I thought it was fun. I had fun on it. Granted, there was all the things you guys criticized made sense to me, and they were the same things. Like a majority of them were literally the same things that I was thinking, but I didn't really have the time. I wanted to just give myself an hour and a half. So for this track, I was giving myself an hour, and then I was like, okay, there's no way we're going to get it done in an hour, so we're going to give ourselves 2 hours. And I think I got it done before 2 hours. So yeah, obviously they're not perfect circles and stuff, but trying to build the track with constant curving on it and then making the jumps fit to it to where it's not so annoying that nobody wants to play on it was difficult. That was probably the hardest part. I mean, the floor plan, I had the idea. It's not perfect circle because I kind of made that look. It's like a frying pan, it's like that. It's got that little handle there, and I did that just so I could squeeze in a little bit more because plus that kind of gave me a way to get a better angle around the start straight. But if you see where the start straight is, if we would have pushed that up just a little bit straight up, so I would have had enough room to come back around the backside on the right side of it, I would have been a lot happier. I would have ran the track differently at that point. But I know you can edit tracks once they've been validated and put online, but I'm not going to. So if you're going to try this track, you're going to have to deal with it the way it is. And then here at the end, we're almost done with the track building process. Here at the end, I think we run like 3 laps, and they're decent laps, but this track for me was one that if I was reviewing it, it wasn't mine. It was, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, this is kind of cool. The layout is really, really different, and the obstacles, some of them are really tough, but it's frustrating. My own track frustrates the heck out of me. Like, I'll bet I put 10 to 15 laps in on this track and only was able to get like two or three decent laps that I felt like were kind of fun to show you. That's how annoying it was for me. And there's one specific spot I want to point out because I feel like that could be annoying. Now, if you're a really good player, maybe it won't affect you, but it does affect me. It affects me a lot. Okay, here we are. So we're jumping into the track gameplay here. So the finish line is just like a wall because I didn't really have enough room to do anything else, but I just wish the track didn't connect that close because it's really difficult to actually clear this whole section. It's alright. So we jump off this. You have to land over that little whoop. Just perfect. Or you cannot triple this. I don't think you can triple that if you don't double off over that whoop. If you single off and then hit the whoop, it kicks you up in the air and there's no way. So that little whoop there was strictly there just to annoy people and not allow people to do that triple then. I don't think you can. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. And I also had to mess around with my bike setting a lot. I know we were showing the Suzuki off, but I decided to go to the KTM to I guess try and hit some of these lines. Now you can clear that table there, and we do at the end, and I kind of messed it up, and then you have to choke up and step on, step on, step on, step off, and that's why we have that little corner jump there, because I thought that was kind of interesting, and it is because it can throw you off. It can make it really difficult to get that triple for me. Okay, guys, remember this is just a very average player looking at the game and looking at the things that we built here, and some of the stuff is pre-built, some of it's not actually. Like, I didn't lay it out that way. Now, that line we took over that last over-under there, I think that is faster because I'm pretty sure we turn our fastest lap, which is like a 121, I think, doing that line. It's just kind of difficult to get the drive to get onto the top because if you case into the face of that over-under, it kind of just ruins everything and you're not able to. And I played on the track long enough, I kind of had that down where I was doubling off to get over that whoop so we could hit the triple. The triple is kind of hard to get. That double or triple, whatever you want to call it afterwards, because it is a tabletop, is a lot easier. Sometimes I mess myself up because I was choking up for it a little bit just so I didn't overjump it, and then the triple after it obviously isn't too bad. This section here after this first over under I spent a lot of time on because I'm just it works really good to just get over it the way I have my bike set up. At least if you have a different bike setup, it might be easier to just barely get over it. There we cleared out, and then you can jump to this middle table and then step on and then step off. Did we actually, because I don't think we got this triple here on that first lap, so worked out pretty good. This section gave me a lot of headache too. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do here. That first jump to get over the dragon's back, I'm not particularly happy with. I feel like I would adjust that a little bit. Everything here I'm pretty happy with. I really like this section because this is one of the few places you have an option for line choice. Last time we jumped onto it, there we rolled it, and then you can double off that corner jump, and then you hit the finish line. So, yeah, it kind of worked itself out. There's not a ton of line choice. I feel like there was probably more line choice on that first track we had, but, you know, what are you going to do? The idea of having circles, and the track I believe is called Circles. I believe that's all it's called is Circles. I thought it could be a fun, kind of unique idea. I'm sure there's been other circle tracks, but to try and make it like here, everything's kind of turning away from you. And if you do cut the track too much, it will reset you. So there's like that fine line where you have to do it just right, or it does not work. And I do believe this is the final lap. I think you've pretty much seen the best ways around it. There's probably a few other things, and if you guys decide to try this track out, I am on PlayStation. Let me know if you find some more unique fun lines, but these are the ones that I guess I am aware of. So again, I know I mentioned it at the beginning, if you want to see more of Does My Track Suck alongside of Does Your Track Suck, make sure to leave a thumbs up on this video and let me know in the comments along with your rating. Remember, no stars is a good track, 5 stars is a bad track, and everything in between. So the more stars the track has, the worse it is. So make sure to remember to leave your star rating, and yeah, I guess we'll go from there. We're pretty much to the end of the lap. You guys and girls are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support on the channel lately, and until the next video, Take it easy.